So he says, I give you a new commandment. Love one another. Why is it new? And why is it a commandment? It would seem to me that loving other people is probably the most natural thing on earth. I hope that's been going on since Adam and Eve. Why does it have to be a commandment if it's natural? Well, an example will help. A few of you in the building knew my mother. Now, I've known a million people who's real. I shook Mother Teresa's hand. None of the million people I know are in the same world as my mother was in terms of holiness. I mean, seriously, Mother Teresa would have said, that woman's holy. My mother was just a very special species of person. Like, she just was love. Like, you know, she was just a special human being with one exception. Apparently, when she was like 8 or 9, her mother died and the father remarried. And so she had a stepmother. And there is probably no job on earth more difficult than being a stepmother, because you're trying to replace the mother. Nobody finds it easy to replace somebody else's mother. And when you're just a kid, that's particularly difficult. And then, I think because of the stepmother, they moved to the Bronx from Southside. So my mother had not only lost her mother, she lost all her friends. When you're 7, 8, 9 years old, that's very important. And she would remember, way into adulthood, hearing them talk, saying, she's going to run away or something. She cannot stay here. I suspect the stepmother didn't really care for my mom, and I know my mom hated her guts. That's not too strong of an expression. In her 70s, my mother would say, I hated her. You know? So they sent her back to Scranton to be raised by her 3 aunts, none of whom had children. 2 never married. And I think they enjoyed raising her. And I know they enjoyed raising her, and she enjoyed having them. And that's the house in which she would die 80 years later. Amazing. And this was my mother. She hated someone. And she didn't brag about it, but she made no bones about it. Because some people are hard to love. They just are. The stepmother has a particularly difficult job. But there's not a person in this building over the age of 10 who hasn't had someone who said something about us, took something from us, did something to us. And boy, we harbor a grudge, hatred, whatever. That's why it's a commandment. And that's why it's new, because it's hard to do, especially that natural enemy. That's hard, because fallen human nature does not love like it should. If man had not fallen and chosen the apple over God, the world would be perfect. There'd be no sin, there'd be no hatred. But man did eat the apple, and we do hate this one or that one because they hurt me, did something, stole something, said something. And that's the way it is. And if there's an exception in the building that doesn't have somebody hurt you, you are a very lucky person and a rare one. The good news is that the answer is also spiritual. Just as the cause is spiritual, the fall, so is the answer. If there's somebody that you find it hard to love, that you need more than a commandment, the answer starts here in the spiritual life by praying to understand why they hurt you. Try to put their shoes on. Why did they do that, say that, take that? And once you can understand, if you pray for that understanding, that may take years. Then you pray to forgive. Because I would question whether you can love that person again unless you first forgive them. We can debate that. Maybe a mother can forgive a child, but that's a special bond. Mother, father. But for most of us, if until I forgive them, I may tolerate you, but I don't think I'm going to love you. I don't think so. I don't think so. And then you just pray for them. Because if they hurt you, they're probably hurting people. They probably are. The times I've hurt people is because I was hurting. The answer is, the cause is spiritual. The solution is spiritual. Pray for understanding. Pray to forgive. And pray for them. Because if my mother could hate somebody, then so will I. So will you. We got to be better than that. Let us stand, my friends, and we'll profess.